everyone, I'm Jenna from Stahls TV, and welcome to this live broadcast on making money with vinyl decals. I appreciate those of you that decided to come hang out with me today. We're going to be going over a lot of the steps that it takes to create vinyl decals, and then we're also going to be talking about how you can integrate those with maybe the current business that you have, or if you're an entrepreneur trying to, get into that industry and offer personalized custom decals, some of the opportunity that comes along with that. All right, I see some of you guys commenting in. Hi, Kelly, Brian, Emmanuel, thank you guys for commenting. I always love seeing where you guys are joining from, so if you haven't commented, feel free to comment in and let me know where you guys are watching from. That's always really cool to see. All right, so we are going to have a promo code for you guys at the end of the broadcast so that if you see something here that you like that we're working with today, you'll be able to go ahead and purchase that and get a discount with it for joining the class. So we will share that at the end of the broadcast. So stick around for that if you are interested. All right, so let's dive into the topic. We're going to be talking about how you can make money with vinyl decals. All right, so what's nice about this specific niche, if you are getting into this, is that it's very low entry when it comes to cost. You don't need a lot. So today we're actually going to be working with a Graphtec C6000 Plus. All right, it's one of the vinyl cutters that are well known in the decal industry and the apparel decoration industry if you're cutting heat transfer vinyl. Right, so that's what we're going to be working with today, but all of the products that we're going to review, aside from one custom product that has to be ordered from us specifically that you can't produce in-house, it is compatible with any type of cutter, plotter, or anything that you're working with that requires a blade. All right, so the Silhouette, Cricut, Brothers Scan and Cut, Sizzix, and then your more industry grade type of cutters such as the Graphtec or Roland. All right, Roland's another really great brand that is compatible with those products. All right, so whenever you're considering getting into doing custom vinyl decals, you want to consider who you want to offer them to. It's always important to really pick a niche and who you're going to go after with the product. All right, one of the most common ones is sports, the sports industry. All right, a lot of people like parents or family members of the players on the team will purchase fan wear, spirit wear, that it's apparel, but they also are purchasing decals to put on their cars. All right, so that's one large market for this niche. All right, and then there's also just car decals in general. All right, so if you're into more of like the pop culture decals, making that your niche, there's actually a lot of shops just really being very specific in what they're deciding to create. So some are only doing decals for mugs and tumblers. Some are only doing decals for workwear, like hard hats and things like that. All right, so it's really all about finding that niche. Those are some of the ones that are popular within the industry, just to kind of scratch the surface of what is all out there that you can offer this to. All right, but there's also a lot of product as well. All right, so once you find your niche, then you also want to consider what type of vinyl decals you want to be able to offer. All right, so some of the ones that we're going to be reviewing today is single color, pattern, printable, and then a specialty type of decal known as a three-dimensional one that we offer called Flex Style. All right, so the first one, this is going to be your solution for getting full color in one application. All right, so anything that's 4 colors plus, for this one we have 3 colors in it, royal, white, and red. This could have easily been applied with a 2-step application with a single color product, but so that we eliminated the amount of time spent applying this, we just did a printable one. All right, so this was printed on our printable sign vinyl that works with solvent or eco-solvent printers. Right, so that's anything like Roland or Mamaki, where they have those different ink configurations that will create and print on this media. All right, so that is your solution for full color product. Here's another example here as well on this hard hat. All right, so you can see that we were able to achieve a lot of color, a lot of gradients in that. All of that is created using solvent or eco-solvent printers. Okay, so this is a printable product, and that is going to be your digital solution so that you can get more than one color in your decals or stickers or whatever you're creating, and then be able to offer that to your customer. Then we have single color, which is what you're seeing here on this plastic. All right, so this is just single color. We're actually going to be working with that here shortly, but this is going to allow you to just be able to easily personalize for someone. Maybe you're just doing a one-off. Maybe it's a name for a tumbler or a number for a player on a team. All right, so single color. This is probably the most commonly used when it comes to personalized decals or stickers. Okay, so we're going to be working with that in a little bit, so we'll actually show you what those cutting specs are and how easy it is to work with. All right, see some other people coming in. Brian commented, love my Graph Tech that I bought from Stahls. Awesome, thanks Brian. Yeah, Graph Tech's my favorite cutter to work with as well. I think it's very user-friendly. All right, so we reviewed the printable product, the single color product, all right, so this is for your single color solutions, 1 to 2 color even. All right, then we have our pattern sign vinyl, which we're gonna bring up some images of. All right, don't have any of those actually in our studio here today, but this is 2 different types of product that we used one pattern on. So here you can see we used a single color sign vinyl, and we also used a pattern sign vinyl. All right, so all of our patterns that are on our website that are available in matte heat transfer vinyl and glitter heat transfer vinyl are also available in sign vinyl, which is game changing. Because if you don't have a full color printer in-house, but you want to be able to offer more color, but not have to cut, weed, and apply each individual color, this is going to be perfect for you. All right, we're going to move to the next image here where you can see that same pattern applied onto a tumbler, and then we paired it with a t-shirt that has that same pattern and heat transfer vinyl. All right, so thinking outside of the box, beyond just offering decals, you can also pair the same product and create a matching product bundle so that you're getting one overall price for 2 things, and it really helps with brand awareness whenever you're being able to offer a variety of different products. All right. Then we're going to discuss Flex Style. So Flex Style is your 3-dimensional type of decal. Right, so this is completely custom. You have to send this in to us and we will create this for you, but it really pops off of the substrate that you're applying it to, or the item. All right, so this tumbler, it's nice because it has that ombre effect, but then we took it to a whole nother level by being able to offer this custom decal that has a lot of color in it, a ton of texture, and it just has an overall really high perceived value being added to this. All right, so if you have customers out there that you're maybe doing promotional products for and you need something like this, this is going to be ideal for that type of market because it takes their logo to the next level by being able to add that dimension. All right, so that's available in decal, and it's also available in permanent adhesive or, with a heat press. Right, so you're able to not only put it on hard goods, but also the heat press. All right, so that is a fantastic product. It's super easy to work with. And one thing that I love about that is that it is dishwasher safe. All right, so we're able to put this in the dishwasher and not worry about that peeling off. Now, I can't say the same about our decal vinyl, right? So that's a little different. This is something that needs to be hand washed. So just keep that in mind whenever you're considering the product that you're using. As far as care instructions go with the decal vinyl, what's nice about that is the products that you're putting the decal vinyl on usually are needing to be hand washed unless it's glass. But if you're working with tumblers or anything that needs to go in the dishwasher that has like a plastic or a different type of coating, it's usually recommended that those products are hand washed anyway. So it's okay that the vinyl has to be hand washed as well. All right. So is the decal waterproof? Yes, it is waterproof. All right, hi everybody else joining in. Thank you guys for commenting in. I appreciate you guys joining me. All right, so we are going to head over here, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the assigned vinyl roll and how the product comes if you do start to work with this. All right, so it is it's a large roll. You can get it in anywhere from 5 yards to 10 yards up to 25. All right, so if you need to stock a lot of this in, you're able to keep a lot of yardage in-house. All right, if you're working with a smaller cutter, you can sheet it down to a 12-inch so that you can fit it into your craft cutters. All right, so I have this all loaded in. You can see that it's underneath my pinch rollers. If you're familiar with working with a vinyl cutter, that is how it's going to actually hold down that sign vinyl there, all right, so that it's not moving on me whenever I send my design to cut. All right, cut specs that we're using today with the Graphtec. My blade is not new, okay, so whenever I'm working with a used blade, I'm gonna have to adjust my force up and down a little bit to help with being able to cut through this accurately. So the specs I'm using today for my used blade on the Graphtec, I'm at a 12 for my force, my speed's at 25. All right, so those are the specs that I'm gonna be using today. Now, the designer that I'm using for my artwork is known as CADWorks Live. All right, so I'm going to bring that up. All right, so over on my computer screen, you can see this is the decal that we are going to be cutting. All right, so I was able to personalize this very easily. This was a football template that I uploaded into CADWorks and then just added my personalization there. So we're doing for Eagles football team, number 7, and then we're able to send this over to the vinyl cutter. Now, if you're looking for quick art, CADWorks Live is very user-friendly. It has a lot of templates in here that you can utilize and be able to edit and create your custom decals, right? So you're also able to add all of your text in here. We have a variety of fonts that you can use, right? This is a free online designer, which is awesome for a lot of people just getting into it because artwork is probably one of the harder things that you need to learn in order to create things that are going to sell well for you. So having this as a source for you to use for free is going to be awesome for getting into this. Right, I'm also able to upload my own fonts if I want to, all right? So that's just at this upload font button down here where I'm able to add all of that in. And that's honestly why this is my go-to design software for everything that I create here because I'm usually just working with vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. I don't need anything that's full color unless I'm doing the printable media, right? That's whenever you would want to look into something like Corel or Adobe Illustrator. All right, so that being said, CADWorks Live, very easy to use, definitely helps with just getting into artwork and creating decals. Right, so at this point, whenever we're in CADWorks, our design's ready to go. All I have to do is send it to the vinyl cutter. Since this is web-based, it's not going to send it directly from CADWorks to the vinyl cutter, so we have to use Vector Cut. All right, Vector Cut is free as well. It's in the download section of CADWorks. All right, I'm gonna pop that up so you can see what that looks like. All right, so this looks a lot more like what you're used to seeing, especially if you're using Silhouette Studio or Cricut Design Space, or even the drivers that, or the designers that come with the cutter that you buy. So Graphtec Studio or VersaWorks, right? So whenever I'm working with sign vinyl, I'm not going to mirror the image. So if you're working with heat transfer vinyl and you're in the habit of mirroring your design before you send it to cut on the sign vinyl or the heat transfer vinyl, that's one step you don't need to do here, right? We don't want to mirror our design whenever we're sending it to cut. We want to keep it as is whenever we bring it up in Vector Cut. Right, but I do have a lot of the options that I have in CADWorks in Vector Cut as well. You can see my mirrors there, rotate, weld, right? If I'm working with a script text, and I need to weld each letter together so that those cut lines are nice and smooth for me, I have the option to do that, right? So you can see I have my material size in here, my margin offset. So if I did want to set a margin here on the side so that this isn't right on the edge, which I like to do, so I'm going to do something small like 19.5 there. All right, so that set my margin, and that's exactly where my design is going to cut. That's where my blade is going to start cutting. So I'm going to hit auto origin so that my design lines up with where my margin is set. I do that not only to allot for the pinch rollers, but also just to give me some extra space there so that it's not going to go off the edge of my vinyl. All right, so my design is ready to go. So I can hit send cut job. But before I do that, I want to make sure I have my blade set on my vinyl cutter, right? So right now it's over pretty far, so I want to make sure that I'm getting that lined up where I want it to be, right? I don't want a lot of waste, so I'm going to take it over to this right-hand corner. All right, now I'm going to hold in origin. I'll hear that double beep. And now I know my origin is set and my blade is going to start cutting there. So anytime you're going to send a design to cut, you want to make sure that you are setting your origin, or else that blade could just jump to wherever it feels like going on that roll and could cause a lot of waste. I'm not saying that happens every time, but there have been some cases, and it's a little messy whenever it jumps back a foot because it feels like it and then starts cutting that far back in the roll, and then I have a bunch of waste, okay? All right, so origin is set, send cut job, and it's going to start cutting that. While that's cutting, I will read some of the questions that are coming in. Laura asked, how long will the sign vinyl last for outdoor use, for example, on signs, vehicles, or banners? How does it compare to Oracal 651? Okay, so it is nearly the same as the Oracal 651 that you're familiar with. All right, so it lasts just as long, I believe 3 to 5 years. All right, so it lasts very long. It's a very durable product. It does not fade when exposed to a lot of sunlight or anything like that. Okay. All right, looks like that's the only question that came in right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. All right. And I will admit that sign vinyl is very new to me. It's something that I just recently started working with within the past year whenever we launched it, right? So I'm still learning a lot about the product. So I will definitely try to answer the questions to my best ability. So even if you guys know the answer to Laura, if you guys are familiar with that, feel free to comment in. Like I said, I'm still a newbie when it comes to this. I'm just sharing some of the little knowledge that I do have if you guys are interested in working with the product. Okay, so my sign vinyl is all cut out, right? So I can see my cut lines. Earlier, before the class started, I did already run a test cut just to make sure that the specs that I had set up in the vinyl cutter were correct and not punching through the back. All right, so now I can weed away that excess material. I start with the outer edges, and then I go in and peel out the cavities later. It's really all about preference. Some people do start with the cavities. Now this product, it's like a sticker. It has a sticky backing right now, right? So you can actually hear that sticking. Right, so you do want to be careful in the weeding process that you're not going too fast and it's not sticking to other pieces of your design so that it doesn't pick up. Right, I learned that the hard way. All right, so I do have one more cavity there inside my hashtag or number symbol. And now I'm just going to trim away that excess material. And then I have one more step with the product so that it is sellable. All right, so right now, the sticky side is underneath the design that we're looking at. So right now, this isn't usable. what we need is a masking, all right? So we offer an Aura tape. It's clear, which I love. There's a lot of other type of masking or adhesives for this product. Some kind of look like a duct tape. They have like that texture to it, and you can't really see through it. So that's why I really like the Aura tape, but you can work with either or. It's about preference at that point. I'm glad someone else is with me. Thank you, Brian, for admitting that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just place this down, and so that I'm not wasting all of this other excess product over here, I wanna be able to use that later. I'm just gonna stick it right back down there and then trim it as I need. All right, so I'm gonna squeegee this, and this is a squeegee. You can use a credit card, anything with a nice hard edge that's going to get air bubbles out of the adhesive and also get this to transfer a lot easier. All right, so the goal here is to pick up the design from the backing that it's on currently and transfer it to this and give it a new backing so that whenever we peel this, that sticky side's gonna come up and then we're gonna be able to stick it to something else. All right, now I'm gonna trim this. And now I can use these other pieces for other decals that I may be using. All right, now I'm going to remove this backing because we don't need that right now. And now we can take off the backing that the sign vinyl came on. So you can see that as I'm peeling that away, it's transferring over to the masking we just laminated. And now I'm going to use the same backing that I just had, but I want to use that shiny, glossy side. If I use the other side, it would start to stick to that because it's not smooth enough. All right, so this is laminated with it reminds me of wax paper, honestly, so that it's not going to stick to that. All right, so whenever I do that, I can take this off. All right, so this is completely sellable now. Right? If I wanted to, I could put this on a product and sell it as one piece, but if you want your customers to be able to take this decal and use it wherever they see fit, whether it's a wall, a helmet, or just a car window decal, they have the ability to just purchase just this piece and use it however they'd like. Okay. So that's as easy as it gets when it comes to doing decals. All right, so single color decal vinyl is very easy to work with. And there are a lot of different finishes out there. So this is a glossy type of sign vinyl, so it has a little bit of shine to it, which people tend to like. There's also matte finishes out there and also glitter and other specialty type effects. Right now we do the glossy, we do offer some matte colors, and obviously the printable and the pattern, right? So all are very popular. Our customers seem to love working with them. I enjoy working with them because I like being able to craft different things and use them for different areas, but they're all very easy to work with. All right, now let's talk a little bit about how you can make money with these. How much does it cost for me to create this? How much can I sell it for? Am I going to be able to have a profitable product by selling these? All right, so I went ahead and mapped out kind of different ways that you can sell the vinyl decal or the custom decals with other things, and also cost to produce and what you can profit by just selling this by itself. So we'll go ahead and bring that up. All right, so the first one we have just the Eagles decal that we just created. Cost to produce for that, which includes the labor that I spent cutting, weeding, and masking, the actual material itself, and the masking included. That all came to $1.12 in order for me to produce one of these decals. Decals typically sell anywhere between $8 to $12 based off of some research that I did. So I went with a happy medium of $10 and my profit was $8.88, right? So that is profit that you can achieve by just selling the decal itself, right? For that little amount of work, that's a really nice profit, right? Then we're looking at different items that you can pair it with. I always love pairing decal with heat transfer vinyl because they go hand in hand. It's really the same amount of work, except you're just taking that same type of vinyl that has a heat adhesive on it to a heat press and applying it to a piece of apparel. All right, so you'll see the cost to produce. It's including everything it did in just the decal, but now we're including a blank t-shirt, heat transfer vinyl that I priced with CAD Cut Premium Plus, and it gave me a cost to produce of $6.81 for both of those items. That also included my time spent weeding, heat applying, masking, all of the works, and also my overhead. All right, you want to make sure that you're not only paying yourself, but you're also paying the bills it takes to run the place, right? So you want to take all of that into consideration whenever you're doing your cost to produce. Now, based off of these two items, that t-shirt, because it is a performance poly t-shirt, would sell anywhere between $18 to $20, right? And then we're still considering how much we're able to get for that decal. So I packaged those together for a product bundle for $25 so that our profit was $18.19. Right, so you can see the jump there, all right? I didn't really have to do much different with that design, so I didn't spend a ton of more time here for offering this product bundle, all right? I just changed out the number 7 with a mascot and changed out Eagles to Collins Hill football, right? So very easy to be able to manipulate artwork you're already doing and use it for apparel, right? So that is an easy way to get an additional $10 and some change for a product bundle, all right? Then we move on to the third one, and that's just being able to offer an accessory. So we're selling decal vinyls, vinyl decals, and we might as well be able to put them on product for our customers that they might not be thinking of. All right, so this is just a plastic water bottle that I used here. It was $1.11, so it took me an additional $1 and some change there to create that cost to produce. So same thing I did for the other ones. I just added that water bottle, and that gave me a cost to produce of $9.44 for all 3 of those. So by being able to bundle these products together, I get a profit of $22.56 for selling at $32. All right, so that's one way, or a few ways that you can sell vinyl decals. It's very easy to just sell them as is, but if you already are in an area where people are already doing that, you want to be able to have a competitive advantage. So whether that's offering a piece of apparel with it, or just offering a tumbler, or putting it on, or doing trophies. A lot of people will do it for like awards and things like that, or even signage, right? Other accessories that you can add so that customers see not only that you're a great brand because you're able to offer a variety of stuff, but also you become a one-stop shop for them. They're not gonna want to go to a competitor anymore because they know they can just come to you for everything. All right, so that's my spiel on being able to offer decal vinyls and be able to profit well with it outside of the box of just doing decal vinyl. So think beyond just that. Even if you don't have a heat press right now, maybe you're just doing this, try heat transfer vinyl. It's the same process with the cutter you're already working with. Use a home iron and apply it and see how it works. That way you don't have another investment, and just see if it's something that your customers would buy into. All right, so a lot of opportunity out there with a low upfront investment. All right, so I do see that some new comments came in. I'm actually going to get up and come read these. Can't see them from back there. All right. So how tacky is the Oracal? It's like a sticker, right? It's very tacky. It holds on very well. I will say once the product is applied to a product and actually like on there for a few hours, the more durable it becomes. All right, across the board for all of these products, our printable, our single color, and the flex style product, they all hold more durably the longer they're on the product for. All right, so I don't know about you, but whenever I see stuff, I like to start picking at it, right? So, and then that's just the nature of this industry. We're used to just picking at this stuff, but customers tend to do that too. Right, so I'm not able to just pick this off very easily. I would probably need a remover to try to get that off. okay, if I wanted to be able to reuse that. All right, another question, Tammy asked, can the decal vinyl be sublimated? As of right now, no, it is not safe to put under high heat. I'm not sure if that's something in the works. You never know. We're always staying innovative. But as of now, no sublimation on the sign vinyl. Right. We have, will this video be posted? Yes, it's going to be here on our Facebook page, and it'll also be posted to the Stahls TV YouTube channel. You may have answered this. What is the washability, and does it have a soft hand? Okay, Marcia, this is sign vinyl. It is not dishwasher safe, so we are going to be hand washing this. All right, and the hand is like your typical decal vinyl or sticker that you're used to filling. It's about 88 microns thick, ballpark, maybe 90 or to 95, but it has a really nice finish. It feels nice on any product that you're applying it to. Right, it looks like that is all of the questions. All right, so that concludes this live broadcast. We will be back on Monday morning for the morning show where we're going to be talking about back to school trends. All right, hope to see you guys there, and thanks again for joining me.